than anal.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you
It's
love
summer.
watermelon? Oh
Because it's
yeah, I
summertime.
always get heartburn. I always get like heartburn if I eat too much watermelon too fast in the summertime.
Do you really?
Yeah, yeah,
I've never heard of that.
oh yeah, it's real
How the
bad.
hell is
It's
that
real bad.
possible?
It does. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, thanks for
Oh,
tuning in to the Mac Attack Show,
oh no.
and
You gotta
thank you
quit
for
jerking it that fast.
tuning in to Sex Talk Sunday. We welcome everybody of all races and colors. Today, our show's we're gonna elaborate a little bit on interracial relationships and sex. We're gonna tell you, hey, who's having the most sex out of Latino, blacks, whites, and Asian, and Filipino, Korean, everything. And we're going to talk a little bit
Everyone.
about some trends that used to go on in a day. Happened to do a little bit of research. Was brought up by a good friend of mine, and
Nice.
hopefully he gets on the show sometime. So with me, I've got the very famous sexual Sarah. How you doing?
I'm super famous over here. Hey, boys.
Yes, yes. And coming back to the podcast, didn't have Guy Talk this week, but hopefully he has it next week. Hillbilly Hefner, how you doing?
What's going on?
No.
So today,
Hey there.
how you doing?
Are you
No.
you starting already? What the fuck?
How do you even say that? I love it.
What?
So, anyways,
Darn.
how you doing?
Hey, Darren. Hey, Darren.
No.
It's
Hey,
about as hip.
Darren,
It's
everybody.
how,
I'm Hillbilly Hefner. I'm on the show tonight. I'll be going with my little friend Kermit the Frog. We're gonna be talking about some pussy.
No.
pussy.
Goodbye.
We're gonna be talking about them bud flaps, but we ain't talking about the ones on your truck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's right.
what show did I stumble on?
What show did I stumble on?
We're gonna take real good care of your mud flaps, Sarah. Promise that. We're gonna take real good care of them.
On Joe Exotic Sex Talk.
Yeah, we're going.
For real.
So,
We're
anyways,
late to the game, but anyway.
a friend of mine actually posted a picture that was talking about the ankle bracelet, what it actually meant back in the 70s. I did a little research, and yeah. So, okay, so everybody wears those anklets, right? Everybody's got an ankle bracelet. It was a big trend back in the 90s, 80s, of course, big deal. And actually, what the meaning of that was yes, it was for the swinger era. Everybody knows what the swinger era. It's still popular today. Everybody likes to have sex with everybody else. I mean, why not? Even if you've got the
Everybody
HIV,
likes to have sex with your wife.
that's right. Even if you got the HIV, pass it on down. Might as well.
No. F, A, B, C, whatever.
Pass on the HIV so you can get the AID. You know what I mean?
No, I'm done.
So, anyways,
That's our message for today.
that's our message for today. If you don't like it, fuck you.
No.
Move it along.
Bye-bye.
So but yes, back in the it was late '60s, early '70s when the swingers. I think it was around the disco era when the swingers really started being popular and stuff like that. And yeah, the ankle bracelet did actually, if you do the research, it did represent that a female was married, but she was available to men with the consent of her husband. Yeah.
Oh.
I saw that picture, sent it to my wife. I said, like hell. And
I have
And-
like 7 ankle bracelets on right now.
so you can do 7.
No.
You're ready for a bukkake,
No.
ain't you?
Right. I'm ready for the whole party, folks.
The whole party. You're like the hors d'oeuvres right there. Like you lay on the
And
kitchen
bring
table.
those cocktail weenies because it's on.
It's on. Yeah, exactly. So Back in the day, we used to pass Sarah around. We got what we needed whenever Sarah was there,
Whoa.
and
Where was I?
where was I? You was there physically, just not mentally. Call that rape in America.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Anyways,
Bye-bye now.
so yeah, I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to get your guys' take on that trend back in the day. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys? I mean, now in society, how we are today sexually. Sexual Sarah, I'll go to you first since you're the lady of the podcast. Let me get your take on that swinger per se.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's right on. I think people of all different kinds of secret clubs or underground this or that, they have their own way of showing, what they're about or that they're down to fuck,
Right.
So I think right on, whatever you need to do to to get it out there. And I think that's cool. I didn't know that was ever started like that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Makes sense.
It's like Indian talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Just less smoke signals.
Yeah, exactly. Less smoke signals. So, Hillbilly, you decided to put your 2 cents in when it's not needed. Let's go ahead and see what you say from it.
Bye-bye.
Well, Dean, that's why you have me on the show, so I will put my 2 cents in when it's not fucking needed.
That's right.
I get a kick out of the sagging of the pants, which is another sign, which actually came from prisons that showed people that sagged pants showed that they were available.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, huh?
Nuh-uh.
That's where that came from.
Wait a minute. One thing at a time. One trend at a time. I want your opinion.
I know. I was putting in on that trend, the trend of the bracelet, the trend of showing that they were available.
Right.
That fits right in with that trend.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But what we need you to do is just tell us your opinion about this subject, and then we'll get to that subject.
I'm cool with it.
You're cool with just, if you had a wife, I mean, would you be down with it? I mean, what do you think about it?
Fucking no, I wouldn't. But that doesn't mean that somebody else wouldn't.
So you'd be down with doing somebody else's wife if they had, like, their permission, like, your bro just was like, dude, hit it, man. It's good.
I'm kind of single right now, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But if I had a wife, then or a girlfriend, then obviously that's something that we would have to discuss.
Right. Okay.
So hey, you never know. You could maybe get her to join you, and be every man's fantasy right there, threesome.
Okay. My take on it is that if you was comfortable enough to do that, we can't do that in society now because we don't. I mean, I guess you could. You technically can if you want to, but now we're so riddled with diseases and especially the COVID and all that stuff going on. It's kind of taboo, not because it's taboo because of the moral standpoint. It's actually taboo for the safety of your own health, kind of deal. So back then we didn't find out about HIV until 1982. So it was kind of like, all right, well, I love this woman to death, but I love other women too, and we always get with couples, and we always do it to it, and it was without a care really because it was exploring your sexual appetites back in that day. But we try to explore our sexual appetite now, but now we have to stop. Now we have to stop and be like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Can you take this like IV or something? Like, can you take a test for me real quick? Or are you clean? Are you, is this okay? Do we, there's a process of getting into the swinger motion. There's plenty of swingers still out there that live hardcore to this day. But they're a little more cautious than they used to be back in that day.
Right. Stand on the standpoint of safety and like that they're more aware of HIV and blah, blah, blah. Yes. But I just think they're practicing safer, like having these, you know, wearing condoms more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is, swinging did not stop by any means. It's only gotten bigger, and that's because of the anonymity you can have online. You can go online and find other couples like that, and that's like a huge, you know, thing online. So it's not that it stopped or anything. It's now we just don't have to wear bracelets to show it, because you can literally just go online and find out who, you know, all different sorts of clubs and different, you know. So it's just different, you know. It's just times have changed. In my opinion, it's still, if anything, it's stronger in my opinion, you know. Like, they might be more careful and cautious because of now that they're more aware of diseases, but that doesn't stop people from having sex by any means.
I'm glad you said that. I'm actually looking at statistic here. Due to social media, swinging has actually declined to 43%. 43% swinging has declined, and the number one reason is health. That's it. Now, you're right, Sexual Sarah. You're right. You're so right. So right there.
Did you say special Sarah?
No, Sexual Sarah.
Oh, okay.
Why would I call her Special Sarah?
I don't know. That's why I was like, did you just say Special Sarah?
Well, I am quite special.
You are.
But yeah, statistically speaking, swinging is down 43% to what it was back when it first started with social media. With social media, and the only reason, the number one reason for that is health. The second most reason the swinging is down is check this out, jealousy. Yeah, that's a big one. It's still here and it's still strong. 43% is a big number, but it's, you know what I mean, like, it's still going on.
Right.
So, Hillbilly, you said you got a trend back in the day. We're going to go ahead and talk about that here. A little bit of sag in the pants, back in the hood. You know what I mean? Explain it to us.
You said that I had a trend. I don't have a fucking trend.
Yeah,
it seems like everybody else has got a trend.
Dude, I sagged my pants back in the day. All right, but I made it look good.
You sure enough did, brother.
Well, you know what that means. Just explain it to you.
Explain it to, because I made it look good. So.
Okay, so in prison, that is a sign. I mean, in prison, you get guys that will claim other guys, whether they're a willing participant or not. They get claimed, and if for some reason there's a mix-up or somebody wants to be available, then they sag their pants, which shows that they're available.
Is that for quicker access, or?
It's just a sign. You know, because you can't. You're not. It's a don't ask, don't tell policy, and like you can't go around telling people that you are, because if a guard hears it, then they could get in trouble. But if they sag their pants a little bit, it's kind of like wearing the bracelet. It just lets other guys know, hey, I'm not claimed by anybody. I'm available. That kind of shit.
Right.
Oh.
And then it kind of trended out of prison into society, and nobody really cared to check where that actually came from, and they just started doing it.
But it didn't mean that everybody was taking one in the butt.
No, not by any means, because I don't think people would associate that with, but that might have been where, originated or... But yeah.
Well, it's just like the phrase swag.
Right.
Back in the 70s, that was code. What it stands for is secretly we are gay. So if two guys would have a conversation and they would say the word swag, then that other person, it was a way for them to communicate back and forth what they were without getting the ever-living piss beat out of them for it.
Oh, whoa. I never knew that.
Well, back in 70s, 80s, if you were gay, I mean, even in today's society, you're not always accepted.
Right.
And a lot of times back in the day, they just, if they found out you were gay, they'd beat your ass and then run you out of town. Well, that was a way for them to communicate. They would say, "Hey, you got your swag on," and nobody ever caught it. But swag stands for secretly we are gay.
Holy cow! I never knew that.
Kind of makes me wonder where the phrase "the respect the drip," Karen. You know what I mean? Like where the, you know what I mean? Like the drip. I mean, my drip's on point, I guess. Well, it was. It used to be.
Respect the drip.
My Keurig works just fine.
I don't get it.
Yeah, like your style.
Yeah.
Your drip, like maybe an outfit you're wearing on. You know your. Daryl Hilton's on the chat boards. He says, "What's up?" Hillbilly Hefner has graced you with his presence on the chat board. If you want to get a chance to personally talk to him one-on-one here on the chat board, you can sign in with your Facebook, Twitter account, email, do all that good stuff, and right here on Spreaker, talk to us. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So everybody had like a little code to get around to make sure that they wasn't going to be harmed, and still explored their sexual appetite in a sense. So that was so like if we could go back in time, Hillbilly Hefner would be searching out all ankle bracelets as soon as he could.
Not gonna lie.
He says, "I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna do that." Well, it's a pretty heavy topic.
If I was back in the day.
Right. Like, would you have mutton chops? Would you do the mutton chops?
Mutton chops?
Yeah.
What would I do that for?
The sideburns? Yeah.
Do I have mutton chops now? I don't have to be back in time to do mutton chops. I just don't want to.
Dude, hair down there back in the day was a hell of a trend, too. Nope.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I thought you were talking about a fucking beard, man. You're talking about pubic hair.
Oh, I was talking about 70 porn. You saw the sideburns on the dick.
Oh, the buckwheat in a headlock?
Yeah, it's awesome. But what'd you say, Sarah? You said something about Bush?
Bush is back.
Bush is back. Now, are we talking about Major Bush, or are we talking about Trim Bush? Are we talking about all natural, or are we talking about...
I'm talking anywhere in between.
We're talking about anywhere?
I'm talking crazy to well-trimmed.
Oh, I don't know if I can't do the crazy. I don't think I can do the crazy.
I mean, no. Okay, let's not do the crazy. Like, I don't like when it's, like, up on the girl's thighs and all over that. Like, that's
right.
Crazy.
That's a little bit...
Okay, so not like that, but...
Neanderthalish.
Full 70s.
Yeah, full... Oof. Yeah.
One boom, and round it out and get it perm.
Yeah. Did you say get it permed?
Get your shit permed.
Oh, man.
Nice perm, Karen.
Nice perm, Karen.
I can see. You got so much body hair, it just makes a J hook all the way to the asshole. You know what I mean?
No.
He said, "Hut."
I said, "Hut."
Well, it's a popular topic that we're going to be talking about, interracial sex. We're going to be right back after these short messages. We'll be discussing some of the statistics about interracial relationships, sex, who's doing it the most, who's not, who wants to do it, what you should expect, some of the laws back in the day about being with the separate race, and what that was like. And we'll be right back after these short messages. Tune into our sponsors. They help keep this show on here for free for you to listen to, even though we're fucking done in October because nobody listens to the show anyway. So fuck yeah. We'll be right back after this. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Dino Mac, and you're listening to the Mac Attack Show. You're able to hear this podcast for free because of our sponsors. One of our sponsors is DAP Photography. The photos you want, the memories you won't forget. Also sponsored by Funwear Studios. Find them on Facebook. Follow their link and get yourself a personalized clothing item. You can also get the Mac Attack Show's t-shirts and Dino Sports Bar t-shirts there.
Are you tired of having a get-together and somebody showing up with a boombox? Are you wanting to add an element to your event that will make it epic? Are you tired of paying for overpriced DJs that only deliver music and not a night of memories that will be talked about for years? Then call D Music Company and let us show you how to have a real party. Dances, weddings, reunions, or maybe you're just lonely and want to party by yourself. If there's a crowd, we'll get them to boogie down. So call today to book your next event that you will never forget. 574-952-4169. That's 574-952-4169. Mention the Mac Attack Show and receive $25 off. Don't settle for a champ. Call a master.
Hey, it's that guy Ty from the Mac Attack Show. I don't mean to bug you, but if you live in the Indy area and are having pest issues, call Bugs Be Gone. They can take care of anything from ants and bedbugs to roaches and termites. Give them a call at 317-945-2965. Tell them the Mac Attack Show sent you and get 20% off your services. They have been taking care of indie customers for over 15 years, trusting them to take care of your pest needs. Again, call Bugs Be Gone at 317-945-2965 and tell them the Mac Attack Show sent you.
We all know someone, at least one person in our life, that's got an oil stain in the middle of their driveway. Or maybe they got some moss or some mold on their patio. Well, I've used these guys before, and I suggest that you use these guys now. A&R Power Washing LLC, located in Chesapeake, Ohio. They power wash homes, decks, patios, porches, roofs, driveways, sidewalks, boats, travel trailers, bumper pole, fifth wheel, it doesn't matter. These guys got commercial grade hot water power washing that will take out any stain for you guys. Call or email today for a free estimate. Phone number 304-962-6568. Again, that number is 304-962-6568. Or you can email them at arpowerwashing@yahoo.com. Tell them you heard them on the Mac Attack Show. And Dino Mac, the Mac Attack Show, has powered and grouped up with A&R Power Washing LLC to give you 10% off your next order. Call now.
Man, I'm kind of broke.
That would be
Nah, I can't do it. I
That's
can't do
it.
it. Not for $5.
She's going to find your butthole. She's going to go...
That's
Whoa.
5 freaking
Whoa.
chickens, yo.
How about, can you buy me dinner first and maybe a drink? You're going to have to get me drunk. Really, really fucking drunk.
No, it's just like an attack surprise butthole punch.
Sarah, you don't want to do that to Hillbilly, because if you do that to Hillbilly, he's not going to last. He'll be throwing up everywhere. He can't...
I know.
Well, I guess that's his way of saying take advantage of me when I'm not knowing what's going on. Well, welcome back. Thank you for listening to our sponsors. We're back talking about attacking Hillbilly's butthole. How you doing? And
You don't know why. Why would you want to attack my butthole?
I want to attack it. I want to punch it.
Punch it.
Why would you want to punch it? Why do you want to punch my butthole?
I want to punch your butthole.
What would be the purpose of that?
It just would make me feel good. I don't know.
I mean, that's got to be some kind of... Does that like,
It's
do
just
something?
like a stress reliever. Like,
To
it's
punch
like
somebody's butthole?
to squish my fist your butthole, man.
Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding, guys.
I don't know whether to be insulted or turned on right now.
Well, in your case.
Or worried for your butthole.
Yeah, no shit.
No more all ha.
I ain't doing that shit.
I am. I'll let
might be
you
willing.
take one. I'll take one in a keister. Fucking. Ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to be talking about interracial relationships. And you can find this statistics on dating.lovetoknow.com. It's all for you. You can check this out, and this is pretty cool. So, little history about interracial relationships and sex. It was kind of hard to believe to this day, but recent as 1967, there was actually state laws that banned interracial marriage. Maybe that was because of the Japanese. I don't know. These
Freaking
laws
crazy.
weren't overturned until the Supreme Court case Loving versus Virginia in 1967. In that case, the Supreme Court found that it was unconstitutional for the state of Virginia to ban interracial marriage, meaning you could marry a rock if you wanted to, as long as it had, a breath. As long as it was alive, you can marry whoever you want. So that's pretty cool. Since then, the number of marriages have grown significantly. 1970, there were only 65,000 marriages involving African Americans and whites. 2005, that number had grown to 422,000 among all interracial couples. That's a lot of mixed races together. That's coming together. That's pretty cool.
And then coming.
It's literally coming together.
Among all the interracial couples, they represented 2% of marriages in 1970, according to the Stanford University study in 2005. That number was up to 7% of the 59 million marriages in the United States. So, it was only 2%, of the marriages. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let me get you guys' take on this, because everybody's a little bit different in the sense of growing up. I was told, you don't see blue jays, having sex with robins. Well, I guess not.
A good analogy.
Do you see any robins having sex with other robins?
I don't see it on a daily basis. I think somebody got cut off.
You ever
in that.
seen birds have sex?
Either way, it's not like a wolf tries to seek out a bear. You know what I mean?
Word.
Word.
Get this dick. You have little bear wolves. Bear wolves. Take that.
That would be terrifying. Come across that in the forest. What the fuck is that? It's a goddamn bear wolf.
It's a bear wolf.
Jesus Christ, I've never even heard of that before, but it's scary as fuck looking.
But it's kind of unfair to take animals and relate them to humans, even though that we are animals. So I want to get your guys' a little bit opinions on this. Real quick, yes or no question. Well, not really yes or no, but your opinion, interracial relationships and sex. What do you think, Hillbilly? How you doing?
Hey, darn. Well, me and Kermit, we feel like it might be all right.
Okay.
No, I've never really had a problem with it. I really don't see what the problem is with it. I get what you're saying, but you're talking two different, with the birds and the bees and the bears and the wolves. Mm-hmm. You're talking about different species. I mean, yes, we're all animals, but that's different species. Like, they can't actually breed and make a baby. So,
right.
Scientifically, if you try to impregnate a bear with wolf semen, you will not get a baby. So,
won't take.
Say what?
It won't take.
Yeah,
you're correct.
Yeah, it won't take. So, as far as, blacks with whites or Chinese with Indian, I don't really see where there's a problem with it.
Sexual Sarah, what's your opinion on interracial sex and relationships?
What's my opinion on it?
Yeah.
It's everyone's equal, free love, one love. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are. There's no problem. It's not a problem ever. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's awesome to be able to learn from one another, different cultures, different foods, different lifestyles, different, music, different, whatever. It's a great way to learn and grow as a person, and to have diverse people around you. It helps you understand that it's not just it's just not, everyone's not just like you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just because it's different is does not mean it's wrong, and it doesn't mean it's, you know. And if I don't know, there's very few people that have, I mean, a problem with that, I would say today, you know.
Right,
And if
right.
you do, you have a huge problem you need to work on within yourself, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. I'll give everybody my take on it. I'm not interested in any of the cultures, the different cultures. I don't go by the Baskin Robbins theories of 31 flavors. There needs to be a billion flavors. We already got that. That's pretty cool. I'm all about scientific genetics. I think it's really cool that if you can love somebody, no matter what their race is, that's awesome. And we need to do it more often. We need to create the genetically superior human being. And you can do that by interracial relationships and sex. If a black person gets with an Asian person, and we have a black Asian, maybe be able to eventually evolve into being able to not just use only 10% of our brains. Maybe we'll actually be able to access 12%. You know, it's really cool. We're making the best of the best.
God, that sounded so Hitler of you. You know?
I know, like that seems so super wrong and like
that's okay.
Hitlery.
That's okay. I encourage.
And really, what it's about is what you're saying is that it doesn't matter your skin color, your race, your culture, where you were born, what continent you came from, where your ancestors, why you can have sex and have babies with it, because we're all humans. We are all the same on the inside. It doesn't matter our color. We all need love. We all thrive off the same things. We all need the same things to live. It's come on. You didn't just create a superior being. The point is to not be a small-minded person and live inside a box where you would think that it was wrong to love someone that isn't your same skin color, or doesn't speak your same language, or looks different than you, or worships a different god. That's terribly limiting to yourself, and it just creates an ignorance, and it just thrives there. If you don't ever learn and grow from people that are different than you, and see, I mean, you're really doing yourself a disservice, for real. Fuck.
Okay, all pink on the inside.
I'll go ahead and just continue my opinion of it. Why I'm in support of it. I think it's really good that you can go and you can love somebody of another race and not see color and not see culture and not see just the person for who they are. Maybe they fit in your life in a sense of they get me. You know what I mean? They get my sexual appetite. They get my work ethic. They get my, we just get each other. And I think that's wonderful. I really do. Yes, I'm super big on the genetic factor of it. Yes, I think that's great, because what better way to come together than to populate the earth with more mixed, diverse ideas and cultures, if you will, and just the genetics part of it making the human race the best race of all time. The best animal on the planet is us. We have the ability to do a lot of things, and I think that's awesome. And in the bedroom, we can do some things that I'm going to tell you that bear wolf can't do. I'm going to guarantee that. I mean, we have came up with some very sexual things that, and it's really cool to see as far as cultures are concerned. I'm glad Sarah brought that up, actually, because everybody has everybody knows of the Kama Sutra and where it originated from, and just the idea of doing different sexual positions and reaching the orgasm and reaching the unity of love together in that one aspect. I think that's really cool. So there's a lot of things that we have discovered through different cultures and through different races about sexual appetites, the way people act, their behaviors, their sexual behavior, what they like to do, And everybody's an individual, of course. Bill won't take it up the butt, but I say don't knock it till you try it. So, see, there we go.
I'm good. I'm good with it.
It's always cool. It's always cool to go ahead and go ass to mouth when it's in the moment. Not all the time. Not all the time. I wouldn't recommend it all the time.
God, I gotta stop taking a drink when you're fucking talking. Son of a bitch.
So I'd like to know, who do you think? I mean, babies are cute. Babies are cute, but I would like to know who you think makes the cutest babies. I'm just curious. I know this has nothing to do with sex, but I'm just curious. Who makes the cutest babies? Babies are cute in general. Unless I have a baby and I know my baby's ugly, don't come up to myself and say, "Oh, your baby's so cute." No, my baby's ugly. Okay, I know it. You know it. Don't tell me that shit. You know what I mean? But no, seriously, who do you think's got the cutest babies? Because I think Mexican babies are the cutest babies.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I don't think all Mexican babies are cute. I think it just depends on the kid, man.
Well, that's
you can have ugly Mexican baby, but you can have really super fucking cute ones, you know?
Yeah, it's just all like, "Oh, I gotta squeeze you." You know what I mean?
Right. You squeeze it. I squeeze you.
What about you, Hillbilly? You got a opinion about that?
I think all babies are ugly as shit.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't really have an opinion on that. I mean, I think everybody's. You know me. I've always been one to say everybody's beautiful in their own way.
That's true. Very true.
To look at the physical aspects of somebody and try to determine whether they're a beautiful person or not. I've never been one to do that. So,
okay.
You know, I don't know. Honestly, I think black babies are really cute.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just.
They are too, man. They are too, and they're so like when they get to the toddler stage, they're so loving. They really are. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool. I mean, most toddlers are really loving, but man, I tell you, it's just I love it. But anyways, let's get back to the sex part of it. It is per se Puerto Rican and Mexican women have the strongest sexual appetite statistically. Okay? But they haven't met sexual Sarah. So, statistically, Puerto Rican and Mexican women have the strongest sexual appetite. Comes into second is African American women, and believe it or not, third and fourth are white and Asian. So.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I mean, I believe that.
Yeah. Asians are not as sexually, like, they're sexually active, of course. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think Asians are very sexual. And
Yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are. But as far as the...
Love you long time.
As far as... Because, see, the problem of that is like, okay, so for right now, most Asian women will marry outside of their race, okay? So for Asian men, there's not a lot of women left.
Yeah.
So and that's kind of typically, you know, why we get that statistic of them kind of being in the last place. So that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks because they are the Asian women. Oh, all women are beautiful. I mean, let's just face it. But I'm kind of biased because I'm a guy. So, and then as far as the males concerned, there's no statistics for males because males 27% of the time are constantly thinking about sex. It's actually 52% more than women do. So as far as the race goes, according to the website, in other words, it's all like for the appetite for the guys, if you got a strong appetite, it's all like, man, if that's what you're really looking for, you know, what was Lucy had it right. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. Lucy. I love Lucy. I love Lucy.
Okay, well, I figured it was I Love Lucy, but
yeah.
We had to confirm that.
We had to confirm. But yeah, if you're looking for a stronger appetite, you can definitely get with a Puerto Rican or Mexican woman if you're looking for that. But don't count Sexual Sarah out. She's here for your needs. And
Thank you.
Well,
Thanks for that little plug.
I thought that was really cool because I wanted to go back and wanted to throw that statistic there at Hillbilly, so he kind of when he's looking for his mate, that it's not the priority, but as of right now it'd be fucking nice.
No.
So
I think everybody wants me to get laid just so I'll stop being such a grumpy son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you hear him? Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're.
All right, so looking for Puerto Rican women then.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Get after it. Check this out: African American and Asian relationships. They're fairly rare. When these couples do marry, it's 6.15 times more likely that the husband will be African American and the wife will be Asian. See, again, 6 times more likely that. Again, this is why the Asian women kind of fall, on the fourth, on the back end of the burner, and it kind of does make them look like they're not sexual, but they are very sexual. So don't let that. I don't believe that statistic. I'll kiss my ass. If you don't like it, get off my fucking show. I don't give a shit. Hispanic.
Middle finger and a Band-Aid. You don't fucking like it. We don't fucking care.
18% of Hispanic wives are married to a non-Hispanic man. On the flip side, 15% of Hispanic men have a non-Hispanic wife. 15%.
Now, what is that compared to other races, I wonder?
Oh, yeah. We're getting deep, real deep, balls deep. Fallopian tube
balls
deep.
Fallopian tube.
Let's check out African American and white relationships. Whites married, there are 2 times more likely, or 2.5 more times more likely to be an African American husband and a white wife. In fact, 73% of all African American and white marriages have this set up. 73%. 73%.
Is what?
Is okay. I'll read the.
Is a black male and a white female, or a white?
That is correct. 73% of all American and white marriages have this setup of the African American husband and the white wife.
Right.
Huh.
Yep.
Right on.
73%. Okay, and I would just like to add in there that is really cool. So, because the other, I would say, 18%. I think they're scared because they think their pussy's gonna get beat up. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like, no, I don't know, I don't know. I heard that it's like a major Gatorade bottle. Like, I can't do that. I can't be fucking horse cocks. Yeah, I can't be fucking horse cocks here. I
major Gatorade bottle.
I said Gatorade, not haterade. Don't be a hater. Anyways, Asian and white relationships. When Asian and whites marry, the situation is nearly reversed. In these marriages, it's 3 times more likely for the husband to be white and the wife to be Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's jeez, I don't know. So that just gives you a little bit more differences about the races and the setups and how. Now what I want to do is, as we're here the last 15 minutes of the show, I want to go ahead and dive in pretty deep and see what you guys think of this sexually. These are relationships of coming together. Now I want to know what your opinions are of sexually. Let's go to the African American white relationship. 73% of all African American and white marriages have the same setup, with the husband being African and the wife being Caucasian. So let's do this. Let's talk about this. Sexually speaking, as far as attractiveness goes. Why do you think that is? Are they more muscle bound, or are they more?
Oh yeah, I would say it's that the female has just a very strong attraction towards the black male instead of the white male, and for one, just number one being that
his
there's
mind,
a huge,
right?
it's different.
Yeah,
It's different. It's different, and it's and also just attractive. It's just you could just be attracted to it. Different, you know.
That you don't think it has to do with penis size?
Well, it could very well have that to do. It could do with that they might be taller, or they might be, however they whatever their personality is, they might be more attract. I don't know.
They might be more laid back and good in the sack.
But let me tell you, like, girls aren't like that, where guys are kind of like that with, like, oh, that girl doesn't have big tits. I mean,
right.
I know really in the end you love who you love, and you can't help who you love, and it isn't, but girls aren't like, oh, I'm gonna seek this dude out for his penis size. Like, even if, like, they're like me and they like that, I mean, I wouldn't just be like, I like black guys, because I've dated black guys, I've had black boyfriends or whatever, that I've had white boyfriends that have bigger dicks than them. Like, you get what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's not like all black dudes are hung, and it just, so it's more about you find them attractive in different ways than that, you know?
In your opinion, with the connections,
monster cock,
like in your opinion, with the type of personality and the connections that you have had with both races, who had the better sex? Like, in who was able to make you feel better, in more comfortable, faster reaching orgasms?
I know, and see, but you're mistaken. I mean, they're human. They're all the same.
It's in individuality then.
Right, exactly. You can't say, oh, like, the black dudes made me come more. They made, like, it wasn't that at all. There's dudes that just were terrible. There was, you know what I mean? It's
right, absolutely.
It's a base by base situation for sure.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Hillbilly, how you doing?
How you
doing? What do you think this?
I'm just taking it all in.
It's very deep, and it's Sarah, thank you. I mean,
well,
you're very honest about it, and she's very open-minded about it, and I think that's awesome. And I like. And what do you got? What do you got on? What do you think the reason? You know, what do you think, like, the sexual aspect of it?
I mean, I think she pretty much nailed it. You know, it's everything that she said. I agree with. I mean, it's seriously.
Oh, sorry. I should shut up. Go on. No,
you're fine. No, you're fine. Do I think sometimes, do girls sometimes go after the black guy just to see if the rumors are true? Yeah, I think sometimes that happens. But on the whole, I mean, they like you said, it's who you love. You can't help who you love. And, I mean, yeah, it's all good points.
That's awesome.
You know, I think if you want to know specifically more sexually why, okay, you know, it's the differences in the physical body. It's their skin color. It's their hands. It's their hair, how it feels. It might be different, or like why a white male or a black guy might be more attracted to an Asian girl. They might like more petite girls. They might like real,
right.
Sexually speaking, we're not talking like,
sexually speaking.
I think the biggest thing is the stark differences is what people like,
Whoa, what was that?
Sorry about that. The door slam, sorry.
That's all good. It's all good. That's a great analogy. I like it. Rock on the Instagram one time. It was hilarious. He posted. He's like 11 o'clock tequila shots with my lady. 12 o'clock gorilla loving. 12:01. Rock's got to go to sleep. Just kidding. Rock ain't no minute man. But I think it's awesome. I think the reason the sexual with why it's the man, the black man, and the white wife. It's just that type of nature in a sense that these two understand each other romantically and physically. And if you want to talk about sexual appetite, I really do believe that the woman of the relationship loves the type of sex that she gets from the man. She just does. And she doesn't find that with – that's why we're finding 73% in the setup, because 73% can't find what they're looking for in a different race, whether it be an Asian man or whether it be a white man or a Latino man or a Hispanic man or whatever. You know, they don't find that sexual appetite that they get from, you know, the black man. So when you have that sex, the glue, like I like to call it, the glue in relationships and marriages, if that's intact right there, then great. That is awesome. So that's what I think it is. I think it's why we find this scenario and these type of setups with marriages and relationships, interracial relationships, is sexually speaking, is because they can't find what they're getting right now, because it's wonderful. He's 9 inches to fuck you up, and he fucks me up. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is, the way he touches me, no other man touches me like that. Or, you know, so on and so forth. And Sarah, you're absolutely right. We see the Asian wife outside of her race, because typically, or not typically, there are men that are attracted to that small, petite style body, and not all white women have that figure, and not all black women have that figure, and not all Latinos or, you know, Samoans or, you know, whatever, that not all of them have that figure. And even after bearing children, they don't keep that figure necessarily. But Asian women, for some reason, genetically speaking, they do. And men like to keep that. The men that do like that body style and wants that body style to stay around. And I've noticed that Asian women, they're kind of, I'm going to go ahead and say it, because I've seen it. I've seen it my entire life growing up. They kind of cater to the man a lot.
Right.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he's king of the castle.
Oh, that's part of their culture.
Yeah. So, and men like that. It's all like, yeah, suck this dick. Right. And they're like, oh, you know, nothing but vowel sounds coming out of that. Yeah. So, I mean, you know.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I think
Love it.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Dino Mac just did deep throat noises on Sex Talk Sunday. This is fucking awesome.
Nothing but vowel sounds.
I'm not the only one.
And sometimes, I.
Or sometimes, I told you not to do that. I told you. You motherfucker. Now I have.
Damn it.
Now and I'm kind of the 73% with the African American husband. I do see African American women with white men. I see it. I just, of course, you don't, but I think it's, God, African American women are so cool. They are so cool, man. You don't know. They got a personality on them that is badass.
But not every black African American woman has a personality on them. There's boring white bitches. There's boring black bitches.
Oh, that's
You
true
know?
too. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, but man, don't piss them
I mean,
off though. Don't piss off any woman. I don't care who you are.
yeah.
So Sheena wants to hear it again. So, that's awesome. So, but yes, it's so 73%, and we kind of gave our little
He
reasons
keeps
why.
saying 73%.
73%. That's like over half, and that's really cool.
But that's just in that, like, it's not 73% of white women marry black men. It's just that statistic, like, if it's interracial, that marriage is like 73% of the time it's a black male instead of a white or a black. Wait, you know what I'm trying to say, guys?
Yes,
right?
I get it. I get it. I get what you're trying to say. I hope the listeners do too. But yeah.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, that's awesome. It goes on to, again, dating.lovetoknow.com. Goes on to say some more about how much cheating is going on. We don't have enough time in the show to discuss that. But yeah, that's awesome. I think.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. We don't got enough time to talk about, because I'd like to get into that statistic too, about, it's all like, I got an Asian wife, but man, I wonder what Sabrina's doing later. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm done. What Sabrina's doing?
Right. I think that's really cool. We're out of time, folks. Sheena, again, thanks for tuning in the show. After the show's over, you can always listen to the whole show again. And that goes right along with our iHeartRadio fans, Spotify fans, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all of them. But anyways, hope you guys learned a little bit about interracial relationships, the statistics about sexual relations, what we think, how we feel about it, and what is... Again, you can find this on dating.lovetoknow.com. Check it out. Pretty interesting read. Also, hope you guys liked the little bracelet and the sagging the pants trends where they actually originated from. And we want to make sure that everybody loves everybody. The hippies had it right. They just had the wrong symbol. Make peace, not war, or make love, not war. I hope everybody out there is getting their fill of sexual pleasure, and everybody is loving one another and gagging.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
We want to make sure that you're always gagging on the right dicks and licking the right vagina. So I'm Dino Mac. This has been Sexual Sarah and Hillbilly Hefner. We are out of here, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please just love each other and keep having sex out there, guys.
Sorry, I had to mute out the outro there. And the intro. Last time I tried the live broadcast, I got shut down by YouTube from the copyright police. So, thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, get notified when I do this shit. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.